Hi Sir Yumilo Green, my name is Rocco J. I am a first year student of BS Criminology A9 and I will show you my presentation. The evolution of art. What is art? Art is a diverse range of human activity and resulting the product that involves creative or imaginative talent expressive of technical proficiency, beauty, emotional power, and or conceptual ideas. The evolution of art in the Paleolithic Age, 50 years to 10 years ago. During this period, humans made significant advances in art, religion, food, production, agriculture, and hunting. I would like to focus on the advances of art during this period. One of the first significant signs of art is the cave drawings. So this is the Paleolithic Age cave art. This appeared to be a way humans captured important events and recorded them for the future. The story of the great hunt could captured then later retold us inspect some of this cave drawing. One thing you skill, the animals hunted in the drawings and are very close to being proportionate of their animals. This tells us the humans back then valued animals. The evolution of art in Neolithic era, 10,000 BC to 4 to 4 4,500 BC. Later humans advance into what is now known as the Mesolithic and Neolithic periods. This is where humans use stone tools and lived in camps. During this time, agriculture is introduced, and this is the and when this happen in camps became more permanent. Human are now using art in permanent. Human are using art in ritual practices and honoring the dead. Evidence of this is the statues and effigies that were discovered. Neolithic era art forms. The people during this period had to move around to get new resources for their survival. Many argue that it is not considered an art. Some argue that it is also an art because it was made from the past. The Bronze Age evolution of art, 3,300 BC to 1,200 BC. The Bronze Age marked the first time humans started to work with metal. Bronze tools and weapons soon replaced the earlier stone versions. Ancient Sumerians in the Middle Ages may have been the first people to enter the Bronze Age. Human made many technological advances during the Bronze Age, including the first rating system and, and the invention of the wheel. Now humans have advanced into the Bronze Age. During the Bronze Age, humans advanced to work with a metal such as copper, bronze, and tin alloy. Hieroglyphs from the Tomb of City. Writing was a very important part of the tomb decoration. The writing on the pharaoh's tombs helped him to get the afterlife. Scribes wrote tells us spells on the walls of tombs before were carved. Then the craftsman decorating the tomb carved the hieroglyphs or painted them. The evolution of art in the Hellenic era, 323 to 31 BC. Hellenistic art grew from the strong foundation of classical Greek art, yet classical often focused on gods and religion, while Hellenistic art appears more concerned with the human form and human expression. Humans now more into Hellenic era. This is where we see Roman and Greek culture during the period. We see the birth of democracy and the death of Alexander the Great. Human anti- Human antique ceramic vase. Pottery pottery is now even more refined as and past the peak events in murals and Roman vases. Statues and images on pottery was proportionally very accurate. It's clear that we now have artists. These works are now very carefully crafted with emotion, with the feelings, with, with information, and with intensity of drawing flawless, of being flawless. Middle Ages expansion, 500 AD to 1500 AD. Now, we come to the Middle Ages. During this time, there are three periods, but I lump them all into one category. The Middle Ages. During this period, art is art is heavily focused on religious figures. So the idea here in the beautiful art attracts followers. Art and religion go well together. Here we see an increase the detail in art. Soon were glazed jar with overlapping circles, grid pattern, Syria 1210 to 13th century. During this time, we see Arabian artists refining their patterns in which leads us to some of the most amazing murals in the world. And we also see these designs is other works of art like pottery, the evolution of art from Renaissance era. Moving into Renaissance period now, you see the many artists you recognize immediately such as Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Curtin. In this period, art grows exponent, ex, exponentially. Each become part of fields of study such as math, architecture, medicine, astronomy, and engineering. All all have forms in art. All have forms in art in the way of images and drawings. Portrait of Vesalius from his the human corporis fabrica. In the Renaissance period, you see how artists are now embracing composition as the viewer you experience is now shaped by the artist. For example, if the artwork is very symmetrical, artwork is very asymmetrical, has asymmetrical composition. The asymmetrical may be the artist intended the dynamic expression experience. Roman Age evolution. We know in great art of religion and politics, art is being used push the agenda of each. But now we know today this about the change of art develops again. Art then going into the Romantic Age and the Impressionist movement. The Wrath of Medusa. The Romantic Age about one of the self or individual, as you can see by the works of the Theodore Cericle, the Wrath of the Medusa, and the Wanderer of Above the Sea Fog by Caspar David Friedrich. The the Wrath of Medusa, which was completed with Theodore Cericle, was 27 has become symbol of French Romanticism.